What's up, YouTube? What's up, Dive Gang? Welcome back. We are resuming our IVE deep dive now that we've finished up with the IVE Revive content. And so we are here with the hotly anticipated Either Way music video. A lot of you guys have been waiting for this one for a long time. I've been seeing this in the comments on live streams. When are you going to do Either Way? For quite some time now. So I'm very excited to finally be here. I believe there's either 2 or 3 music videos off of this album, so we'll do those and then we'll do a listening party for the rest of the album. But yeah, for today, let's get started on this music video.
누가 내 말투가 재수 없대 잘난 척만 한대 또 누구는 내가 너무 착하대 바보 같을 정도래 가끔은 이해조차 안 되는 시선들 억울하기도 하지만
They sound so good.
오해가 만든 수많은 나와 얘기해 우리 모두 다 나야 Either way I'm good 전부 좋다고 누가 맞고 틀린 게 아닌걸 모두 다르게 살아가듯 Either way I'm good Either way
있습니다. 행주대교 북단에서 뚝섬까지 1시간 정도 예상되고요. 서쪽 이동에는 올림픽대로
The vibes of this are like very interesting. It's like a very like reflective, like contemplative vibe. The IKEA bags.
내게는 언니 같은 친구인데 어리광이 심하대 털털한 줄 알았던 저 아이는 마음이 너무 약한걸 제 아이라서 그래 넌 이라서 그래 됐고 그냥 빛나하자 Either way you're good 전부 좋다고
These shots are gorgeous.
또 다른 난 누가 맞고 틀린 게 아닌걸 모두 다르게 살아가듯 전부 좋다고 사랑과 미움 모두 다 가지면 되는 거야 하나만 고를 필요 없는 거야 Either way we're good 웃어주자고 이렇게
Wow. Okay. I was not expecting this. That was really, really cool and really gorgeous. You can tell like there's a very like deep meaning to this song. I don't really get the chance to pay a ton of attention to the lyrics when I'm doing these videos just because I'm focusing so much on the music video itself. But kind of like the vibe I'm getting is like either way, like no matter which way that you are, like you're good just as you are, whoever you are, however you are, you're good. Like just be yourself, like that kind of type of vibe. But like I said, it's a very like interesting vibe, like very reflective, contemplative throughout the video. And you get that through the filters, through the scenery, through the way the camera holds on certain things. Like that moment where it stops here too. And just like all the different shots that they have, like they really let the emotion come through on this one. And it's really, really gorgeous. And their vocals throughout the whole thing, I mean, wow. Like they're always so good, but they really, really shine here with that toned down instrumental for like a little bit slower of a song. You will really get to appreciate their vocals to the full extent, and they sound incredible. But yeah, there's this kind of galaxy theme we see at like the beginning and the end, like kind of like the whole world, the whole universe is like in your heart, and like in you. And like you see the like parallels where there's like that glitter on their skin and everything too. So we'll get into that. But yeah, wow. I see why this one in particular was shouted out so many times, because it's something that's so different and so unexpected from like what you usually see with a track that gets a video. Those tend to be like the hardest hitting, most upbeat tracks of the album, whereas this is a totally different vibe than we're used to, and it really gets into that storytelling. But like having that ambient noise like in some of the parts of the video, like when I first like watched just this clip like right away, it like gives that like, you know, like nighttime, like after school vibe, like where you're kind of one of the last ones out and you just kind of like have the world's a little bit quiet, you know? Sunset, like you've got this type of filter over all of the scenes. I can't quite describe it yet, but I think the words will come to me more like as we get through it. See, there's that like parallel with the galaxy again. And then we've got like the face paint, which is cool. I can't exactly tell like what it's supposed to be, if it's supposed to be like reminiscent of like the galaxy, like the intertwining like type of stars and colors, or what exactly it is. But we do see these colors recur.
누가 내 말투가 재수 없대 잘난 척만 한대 또 누구
But yeah, like having her look in the mirror and then it's Ray instead. But I mean, this whole scene itself is just like an interesting juxtaposition with like all of the streamers, all the confetti, balloons. It's all like celebration, but it's like at the same time it's like it's all torn apart. It's this like almost like desolate vibe. That's not the exact right word, but it's a very interesting contrast where having like all of the celebration stuff in this type of scene actually emphasizes like how dreary it is. 또 누구는 내가 너무 착하대 바보 같을 정도래. This shot with the light hitting her eyes like this, like that gorgeous like honey glow to the eyes, is just so stunning. Like half the face in the light, half of it in the shadows, and then that golden light coming off her hair too. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, but like this whole like it's like a set. It's falling apart. So it's like it's giving like the celebration, like the happiness, it was a front. It was a set. That's not actually like how you feel inside. 해조차 안 되는 시선들 억울하기도 하지만 오해가 만든 수많은 나와 얘기해 우리 모두 다 나야 Either way. But yeah, like the whole way that everything is laid out, each shot, they are slow moving shots. There's never a ton happening in any of the shots. All of their movements are very slow. It's just like subtle facial movements and expressions. and like a slow walk towards that mirror or that camera, but there's never like too much movement going on. So that's what allows like all of the scenes to like have all this stuff going on in it, because it never gets overwhelming, because there's that filter, like a little bit dark of a filter and a little bit just darker of a vibe, but they're all just like very slow moving scenes. There's not a ton of moving parts going on that are overstimulating you. And so having this much in the background, like, again, the slow moving shots keep this from being overwhelming, but having this in the background allows you to have the slow moving shots while it's still like there's still enough interest going on in the music video. Otherwise, like if you had plain backgrounds too, you'd be like, man, this music video is boring. But see, it's like they've even got the confetti all over the floor just to keep like that visual interest going on there, the multiple mirrors, and just like having all the other members in the background, like they're just looking, they're just staring, not at the camera, so you don't see like their eye contact, but just at her as she walks slowly towards this mirror. And so it's a really interesting vibe. No one's making eye contact with the camera here. And then you get these slow gazes. There's a little bit of wind in the shot, so you can get just like a little bit of movement through their hair and their eye movements. So it doesn't look like a full still, but it's just very small little movements. And then the outfit, like that pink on the whatever jacket she's wearing, matches the lip perfectly there. And then having that little smile and wink there is just really cute as we move into the chorus, which is a little bit more like uplifting. I do have to say, I'm not a fan of the bob, but you guys know this. I don't like bob. I don't like bangs. So that's unfortunate for me in particular. The heart lightning is fun. Like, again, that juxtaposition between like the storm and also the love.
Either way, I'm
But yeah, these shots are just
way I'm
gorgeous. Ooh, the way the light shines off these sequins. The cross with the heart in the middle. Ooh. And then these earrings. But like, ooh, that like super overexposed lighting against the dark background that she just shines. The blonde hair to really emphasize that brightness. Like kind of like, either way you're good, like you are the light in the darkness, etc. Let's see, again, it's like those slow moving scenes. It's just like that slow blink. And again, even though the camera's focused on her, she's still not making eye contact with the camera, which is just really interesting. And this, you've got the leaves falling as she's on the floor, and you've got that glitter just on her arm. Whereas everything else she's wearing is very like neutral, pale, like no color anywhere else in this shot really, except that glitter. And that shot too, like, oh. And then you got the red necklace to match the flower too, but it's just like, it's such an artistic shot. Yeah, just like the crying shots with like the teddy bears, it's like they're breaking down, but they're also surrounded by that softness. Just a lot of like contrast in these shots, which is really cool. Love this flower lace too. And then the sequins.
either way.
And just like all of the ways that they're moving, it's just like these very like kind of artistic, like a little bit like contemporary in the style of movement they're doing. Again, love me some eye rhinestones. But it's all just like all of the shots, all of the scenes, all of the ways like that they do like those slow movement shots. It's like it just really draws you in, and it makes you think. Again, adding in that ambient noise, like it just adds to that like kind of reflective, nostalgic almost, contemplative, like that type of vibe. Again, it makes you think.
행주대교 북단에서 뚝섬까지 1시간 정도 예상되고요. 서쪽 이동에는 올림픽대로 정체도
But it seems like now like we're moving into a new place or something. Anyone who's ever moved, you know the classic blue IKEA bag. Even though they're not showing the label, you know.
애 같은 친구인데 어리광이 심하대.
See again that filtering, that lighting, like we're on like these cool filters. Everything's got like a very bluish type of glow to it. Gives that like melancholy air.
어리광이 심하대.
Love the pigtails with the pink and the blue in it. And then just like again more of these shots where it's like they really play into that emotion.
털털한 줄 알았던 저 아이는 마음이 너무 약한 걸. 제 아이라서 그래, 넌 이라서 그래. 됐고 그냥 빛나하자. Either way you go, 전부 다 either way you go.
I'm just trying to figure out like the meaning of this like moving scene. Like it seems like we're kind of like looking at the lyrics, it seems like we've got like some types of themes with like growing up. So it could be like that very playful type of scene in the first part we had with all the confetti and the streamers and stuff. It's like it's that like childlike scene, but it doesn't feel the same anymore. That's why it feels like broken apart and desolate. So then like you have to grow up and move past that, but that's something that's really hard to do, and you have to leave behind all of those memories and all of those emotions to move into your next steps. And then, like I was just talking about with the pinks and the blues that we were saying, here they are again here. And oh, just stunning. Like all, like I said, we've had very busy scenes throughout, but this one is not very busy, but it still keeps, there's still all that visual interest because you have all of these little bubbles and you've got the reflection of the waves too, the like draping of the shirt as it wrinkles through the water. So it ends up still being quite visually interesting despite there not actually being any props here. And then the balloons underwater, interesting there, bringing that out. And then in the bubbles, we have that bright pink and green and purple, which we saw in the face paint at the beginning. Those are the colors that reflect in the bubbles here. So again, just carrying those throughout too. The glow stick under the water. I love some good water shots, and the way they're lit too, like the blue lighting from one side, the pink from the other side, the way it reflects off the hair and the clothes and like fogs through the water. Ooh, it's just so pretty. And then the rainbow glares of the bubbles. Like in the first chorus, we had the city lights. And then here the colors are replicated with the glare of the bubbles. And they're in like very similar, like kind of a polka dotty patterns. So I think it's really cool. And see, there's that glitter again. Like you're shining just who you are in your own skin. Ugh. These shots with the flowers like right by their lips are just gorgeous. And notice like that filter that's been over everything, it kind of disappears here. Like we actually have like brighter, like more vibrant colors without that like bluish, yellowish filter over it for the first time here. These black and white shots. And the way that they say I and nah, like, ooh, it just hits. Like this bridge is so good.
또 다른 나
Like the way that the instrumental is with the lyrics, like there's a certain desperation to each I or to each na, like, and it really hits, you really feel it. And then the black and white shots, again, like slow moving shots, but they feel, because they're slow moving and like you get just like the little movements of like the facial expressions, or like just like their hair blowing a little bit in the wind, a small change of position, they just feel like very intimate shots being up this close. And they're just stunning. The lighting is perfect. The black and white, like it really shows you like all of those shadows and highlights, and they're in like super high quality. But yeah, it just feels very intimate. And then you have like the very like emotional, like that desperation that comes through the vocals.
또 다른 누가 맞고 틀린 게
And then coming from the black and white, open the doors into the bright, colorful lights. Again, like kind of represents that similar color scheme to the galaxies. Again, like little stars in every color.
아닌 걸 모두 다르게 살아가듯 전부 좋다고 사랑과 미움
And see, now they're back in this scene from the beginning, but there's movement in the scene. It feels like it's starting to come alive again. Notice how the filter changes too. See, from here and here, it just feels very dark and gray and sad. And then as we come into it here, it's like the lights turn on, not there. And you've got these sun rays that come in, and it feels brighter, it feels lighter, whereas like at the beginning it feels heavy, it feels like a weight that weighs on them. But now they can come back and look at it with a different mindset, like everything's good, and they can, like, you've got the confetti falling, the streamers are moving a little bit, and now they're part of the scene too. They've got the happiness, they've got their own shining, shimmering sparkles on them.
모두가 가지면 되는 거야 하나만 걸을 필요 없는 거야
And see, now the shots are moving faster. They're enjoying themselves. They're moving around. That, like, just such a contrast. Like, it feels like they've been set free here. And then that shot, so pretty. Like, you can do all things together when you hold each other's hands, etc.
이렇게
And then contrasting, like at the end, you still have some of those crying scenes, like showing that like the bad times can go right along with the good times. Like you can still have like the down days, but you can still feel free and happy all at the same time, because that's how life is. And either way, whether you're having a bad day or a good day, you are still loved. And then this shot, again, those pinks and those blues, so pretty. And still very like visually interesting. Like you've got stuff hanging, like wires and such, like similar to like streamers hanging, in terms of what this scene looks like, the shapes. But yeah, still lots of patterns around here. So just very visually interesting, but it all frames her perfectly in the center, because you have the houses that come toward, like they come this way. You got this wall that comes this way, and then her on top of the hill, framed right underneath the electrical wires. Really, really nice. And then that whole like spinning the planet on her finger. But the way that backlighting comes in and she gets that glow, and you can see it just light up all around her. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Ooh. And then back to our galaxy. Yeah, gorgeous video. Yu Kwangong, great job on this video. I mean, it was gorgeous. I loved the storyline. I loved the emotions that it evoked throughout. It's just one where they do just such a good job through like the filters, through the camera work, the pace of each shot to really make you feel the journey of the song and the emotions that they're trying to get out. Like whether or not I exactly analyzed it right, in terms of like situations, I still got the feeling that they were going for. And yeah, it was just beautiful. So I loved it. And up next, I think up next is Off the Record, which is another one that you guys have been looking forward to. So very excited for that. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. If you're new here, we've been deep diving IVE's entire discography, and like I said, we did also go through all of the IVE Revive content, choreos, music videos, solo performances, all the good stuff. So you can check out any of my past IVE reactions in my IVE reactions playlist over on the playlist tabs of my channel. We do lots more IVE content if you want any of their variety or reality. We've got that on my Patreon, which is linked down below or in my bio. We've watched 123 IVE. We've watched a ton of their performances and stuff that like isn't either music videos or just dance practice choreographies. But we've watched a lot of their performances, their award shows, all that type of stuff. And we've recently started Starship Game Caterers Season 1. And everybody loves some game caterers. So come check it out. Link is down below. Like I said, come join the gang over there. And make sure to smash like on this video. Comment down below all your thoughts, what the video means to you, what the song means to you, all of that. You guys know I love to hear from you. And yeah, I will see you next time.